I'm Adam Anshell for Pro Football Weekly, along with PFW draft expert Nolan Nawrocki, as we take a look at Nolan's mock draft version 2.0, picks 21 through 25. And the 21st pick are the Kansas City Chiefs. A surprise run to the playoffs last year. Where do you see him going with this pick?
Well, it surprised a lot of people last year by going with a safety over the offensive line. This year, I don't think they can ignore it anymore. You look at center where Casey Wiegman was 37 years old and is pushing retirement. I think Mike Pouncey would be able to walk in and plug and play. He's got to play for the next 10 to 12 years, and just makes too much sense for them to ignore if he's sitting there at 21.
I think people hear the name Pouncey after the success Marquise had with the Steelers last year. A logical pick there. At number 22, the Indianapolis Colts, a disappointing end to their season. We saw a lot of injuries. Where do they go here to help provide depth?
Well, this is another place where we could see the offensive line addressed. I think they had a lot of trouble last year up front. Peyton Manning definitely needs more protection, and they got to find a way to establish the run game better than they did a year ago. I think Anthony Costanzo would definitely help them there. He's a guy that can play a number of positions, right or left tackle, and can definitely improve over Charlie Johnson on the left side or Ryan Diem on the right. So we went with Anthony Costanzo here.
Protecting Manning, always a good idea. I figure that's a good direction for them to go. At 23, the Philadelphia Eagles. We know they have all those weapons on offense. Do they look on defense?
Yeah, I think they got to go defense with this pick. And Aaron Williams is a guy from Texas that played cornerback. And I think he projects. He showed at the combine when he didn't run quite as well that he might be a better safety. They have areas of need at both positions, and I think they got to look at hard at the secondary. So I think Aaron Williams, for a number of reasons, fits well in Philadelphia.
Moving on to number 24, the New Orleans Saints, just a year removed from being Super Bowl champions. Where do they go with this pick?
I think they were looking hard at the defensive line until they signed Sean Rodgers. I think that alleviated some of their concern. They feel like they're going to get more of a pass rush up front. I think they're going to look at the other side of the ball and look at the offensive line. Jermon Bushrod struggled at the left tackle last season, didn't provide great protection. And I think a guy like Nate Solder could potentially plug in and play for the next 10 years. Doesn't have a great anchor, and there are some concerns there that'll push him down later in the first round here. But I think he's a guy that could be sitting available for him at 24, and a guy that would definitely help their offensive line.
Now moving on to number 25, the Seattle Seahawks. A surprise there. They go 7-9, make the playoffs, and then upset the Saints. Where do you see him going with this pick?
This is another place where we could see a quarterback come off the board. Jake Locker would make some sense, but Corey Legit from Illinois is a guy that I think would fit even better. You look at their interior defensive line, and there's not a lot there. They got Brandon Meebane. I think they got to find a quick three technique alongside him who could bring some more pressure and really make Pete Carroll's defense go. And Corey Legit's a guy that can make that happen.
Obviously, quarterback still a question, but maybe Hasselbeck will be back. That'll keep him going for another year. Maybe go quarterback next year. That's a look at picks 21 through 25. We appreciate it, Nolan. For the rest of the mock draft, be sure to check us out at ProFootballWeekly.com.